Welcome back to the Jeff and Hammy Show. I'm Hammy.
I'm Jeff.
And today I'm going to go over what I call my 5 steps to the sale. I'm going to just read, I wrote this all down, and I'm going to have Jeff just kind of interject with what he wants to do as far as his process. I think we agree on some of this stuff. We've talked about just before we started this video. So number one, Jeff, I want to make my intentions clear in the beginning. My goal is to streamline the customer's process. I want them in and out quickly to make their buying experience the best as possible. That I'm want to sell them a vehicle. I want them to know that. So I plan to sell you a vehicle today. I'm going to be transparent. And I'm going to introduce my pricing early on.
Yeah, I mean, I think that you want to value people's time. I think all the time when I get a customer that says, hey, I'm in a real hurry, I'm going to ask the question, hey, what did you want to accomplish today? Hey, I don't want to waste your time. You don't want to waste mine. Let's get to, we're not playing any games. We're going to be transparent up front, but what do you want to accomplish? And I think the more that you can get into a dialogue with somebody versus coming to fight with somebody, but hey, what did you want to accomplish? What are you here to do today? Yeah, being up front.
Yeah, that's one I think I may have picked up from you in the past, but I say that often. I say, what are you hoping to accomplish today?
It's great.
Yeah, it's not you're not confrontational with that. You're just asking a simple question. What are you hoping to accomplish today? What brought you in? A lot of me and Jeff here are doing a lot of internet stuff, but the fresh customer, you want to know what brought them in today.
Yeah.
So okay, let's head on to number 2. This is one that I use for myself, is always agreeing with the customer. Again, I want to be non-confrontational. And so when a customer has an objection, like, I need to talk to my wife about it, and I'm going to say, like, well, absolutely, I want to talk to my girlfriend about a major purchase. And Jeff, how about you?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's part of the meet and greet. Hey, who's the car for? Is it for you? Is it for your husband? Is it for so-and-so? You want to find out. You want to really make sure you get all parties involved in the process. Yeah. One of the things that I learned early on is that if the other person's not there, that's part of the buying process, or is the dominant buyer, whatever, is that it's fun to say, hey, let's get in the car and go take it and show them. Yeah. Hey, what if we drive by? And a lot of times people say, hey, that's a great idea. Let's do that. Again, so that's part of a good meet and greet. You want to make sure that you're asking a lot of questions to find out who is the buyer.
Yeah, some of the things I've used when I've done fresh ups is like who's the lucky one today, or all buyers here are present right now.
And people will be like, it's for her, or it's for him, so that's good. Okay, good to know.
And then is all buyers present? Because what we have in this business, you're going to see this here. Number one is called a one-leg customer. That means they're there alone, but they have a significant other that they need to have involved in this. They may be doing some research before they get to the significant other, or the other one's not available. But you want to find that information out early on, so you're not wasting a ton of time trying to sell a car and they're not going to buy because they just don't have their partner.
Like just the other day, it was one of our customers. He came out and he said, hey, I'm just looking for my daughter who lives 8 hours away. Okay, just curious. Did she not have a dealer down there? No, we're just looking. So the guy had zero intention of buying a car from us. He was just looking for his daughter. That's okay. Let's just size it up quickly so we're not spending a whole afternoon with a guy that isn't even the main buyer.
Yeah, like an hour with somebody and they're not going to buy it no matter what you do. So that's identifying that early on, and not lot dropping someone like that too. You want to still give that customer service, because they'd be a buyer down the road if you took care of them. Sure. So they may recommend somebody to you. Number 3, I understand the buyer has made a decision before I know it, and that's in 2 ways. The average customer spends 20 hours online looking and doing research before they ever show up to the dealership. And then when you're presenting numbers and doing what we call a write-up in the business, a lot of times they've made their decision that they're going to buy. You may not have picked up on those cues that they're wanting to buy, and you don't want to oversell. Jeff, go ahead and talk about that.
Yeah, I mean, you got to realize with all the information that's out there, people already know the car that they're looking at the lot most of the time, that they know that price is competitive. So when they're starting to grind you on price, remember, they wouldn't even be at the lot if the car wasn't in the neighborhood, or probably in
Yeah.
a better price than all the others. That's why they're on your lot. There's way too much information out there, so you have to remember that the one that's on the lot, they've done a lot of research, they know it's a good price. So again, it's good to hold your ground. Yeah, a lot of times buyers are, they've done a lot of research before they show up. So.
Yeah, and then I'm just going to add this here as part of this is kind of like part B to this here, is like understanding why a buyer doesn't buy the vehicle, and is usually one of these three things. And this is trying to get this information out of the customer. Is this the right vehicle for that customer after they went and test drove it? Maybe they thought it was the right vehicle, but it doesn't fit them right when they didn't like it as much when they see it in person. Can I afford this vehicle? It's a huge one. So,
Sure.
and then lastly, I would say this is a lease, but if you're a total ass and you're not going to get the customer to like you, they're probably not going to buy from you, right? So if I don't, if I don't like my salesman, I'm not buying.
It's really true. People love that you're friendly.
Yeah.
They love that you're personable. A lot of times people buy the vehicle because they say, comment all the time, hey, this has been the easiest buying process I've had in a long time. A lot of times people have those old mindsets of the car lots. They're hiding their keys. They're not being straight on the trade-in. They keep people there for 4 and 5 hours long. Nobody wants to be treated like that. That's why the CarMaxes of the world are so successful, because people can get in and out and they don't have to haggle. So the more that you can be straight up front, I'm here to help. What did you want to accomplish today? All these things. Hey guys, this is a market-based price. You know that this is right in the range car.
Yeah.
We like to say in a 50-mile radius, this is the average price that's going for. So there's no wiggle room on the price. You know it's a good price.
Yeah. I would say with our store, we got to follow our general manager's policies. This is our selling process. But we got to find out what the customer's buying process is.
Yep.
Okay, and we want to mesh those two together so both parties are happy and we make a deal. Next one here.
Let's make a deal.
Yes, let's make a deal. The next one here is, if you get the customer to sit down at your desk, you're going to show the numbers to every single customer that comes in the door, right?
Yeah, I mean, right? Isn't this the great comeback, or the resistance? Hey, I need to think about it. Thanks for your time today, Hammy. I need to think about it. I love to say this. Great. Would you like to see some numbers so you have something to think about? The worst thing you can do is try to desk a deal on the lot.
Yeah.
So believe it or
Vendor
not,
trading.
again, there's so much to the process of this, but you really don't know what you have till you get the person sit down, till they've relaxed. You can actually show them some numbers, so then they really have something to look at. If they don't have anything to look at, what are they even going to tell their spouse or their significant other or whoever that they're buying the car with?
Mm-hmm.
That's why it is important to say, hey, why don't we come inside and see some numbers? Give everyone the opportunity to see the numbers. And you're not the one really letting people go, but you're getting the manager involved. You're touching the desk, and you're letting them decide if it's time to let the people go, which I think is a good practice anyway.
Yeah, for sure. I would say that, just adding to that, like you might surprise a customer. They may thought they couldn't afford the vehicle, and then you showed them a purchase price on a brand new vehicle, maybe a lease price, a lease payment on the vehicle, and they're like, oh wow, I didn't know. Like a Tacoma is a great example. In normal times, that vehicle could average a payment with good credit at $200 less a month and a 72-month term on, say, a couple $1,000s down. So that's definitely might be a surprise to them. Oh wow, I didn't realize the payment would be this low. And that's and really in the end, it's about their affordability. What's their monthly outgoing payments? So last one I have today is make it clear. You're there to your customer. You're trying to be their friend, regardless if they buy a car or not. Like it's all about building relationships in this business. Relationships are more important than the one-time sale, because that, in the end, has created the biggest salespeople in this industry is through a relationship, like where they're dealing with repeat referral business, and they deal with no fresh customers. They're only dealing with people they've known for years that that keep coming back for them for new cars, and then they send their daughters and their sons in and their friends to go see them too, and that's the ultimate goal. And I would say one of our older gentlemen here, Jim Eddy's one of the best at this. He's like, pretty much everybody that buys a vehicle from Jim knows him like,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
It's all relationship based, and I just think that that's what in any selling profession at the top, you have to have relationship, and isn't that the type of business that you want? Is people that they like you like them, they've been a repeat customer, you've taken good care of them, they trust you, and really people can tell if you are caring about them. And even if it's not a sale, that's a true professional. True professional knows how to size it up, not spend too much time if it's going nowhere, but enough time where the person feels valued, and when they are ready, hey, they're coming back to you. And isn't that phrase that people don't care how much you know till they know how much you care.
Yeah.
And I know it can seem like a little cliche, but it really is true.
And then there's two types of customers, like these, like Jim is one of the better grocers, makes one of the better commissions per copy per sale, is because those customers tend to haggle less than a brand new customer that you never dealt with before, which is known as a transactional customer, versus the relationship customer. The relationship customer knows you and is not going to be trying to get you for the most money off. They want a deal too, but they're not going to be sitting there haggling over every penny and every aspect of the deal. And that's why Jim will always appear on the top of the board out of our 17, 18 salespeople that we get here at any given time. He's normally right near the top 1, 2, or 3 every year.
Yep.
So
that's really right.
Yeah. Well, that's all we had for today. It was just 5 things. I want to thank you again for watching the Jeff and Hammy Show. We'll see you next time.
See you next time.